Do you have problems? No, do not know. We all do. We all have problems. The difference is, what are we gonna do about it? So if you've seen our previous video on Instagram, it's the shorter version of what we call differential reinforcement. Basically turning on or off behavior, right? And so we're gonna go over that a little bit again for those who haven't seen it, and then quickly go off to different examples and go more in depth. Yeah. So differential reinforcement is exactly that. We turn on a behavior at the same time turning off a behavior. For example, the dreaded doom scrolling, right? You know we do it all the time. Some people do it at least 5 times a day. You thought I was going to say a week, 5 times a day. So how do we fix that? We got to do behaviors that contradict that. So for example, if you're doom scrolling, but you can't be both on Instagram, YouTube, and reading off of your phone, right? Which is more productive, right? So if you do that already, you're canceling that bad behavior. You're doing what's called an incompatible behavior. You can't do both at the same time. For example, you can't sit and walk at the same time, right? You can't sit and walk. I mean, try. You're gonna look very funny if you do it. But yeah, so that's what you got to do. So the example I used, another one I'm gonna use now is the example of reading your Bible, for example, or reading a sacred book, a history book, whatever you read. You want to do more of that. Well, then you gotta incompatible behaviors. First of all, find something that's reliable, your phone. If you're gonna read on your phone, then you gotta make sure you're on the Bible app and put a timer, something to keep you accountable. And basically, you put a timer, whatever you can handle. That's what you gotta introspect, look within yourself. 5 minutes reasonable? Good. Or 10 minutes, challenge yourself. And after those 10 minutes, you can go back to doom scrolling. Again, you might go, well, we're still doom scrolling. No, you just became more consistent in reading for a longer time by canceling it out. So that's a reward within itself. You give yourself a pat on the back. Right? Or if you're very flexible all the way back. And so now, another example, what you can do is, for example, you like coffee, you like your Starbucks. Well then, no coffee, no Starbucks. I know! Until you read your Bible or you read your book, right? 12 Reasons for Life, or 12 Rules for Life is a book. You know, you read, and once you read, immediately get your coffee. Now you make it contingent. Now you're relying on your book to get it. You're creating a rule for yourself. And the more you do it, the more it becomes clockwork. And now it's just going to be like breathing, but you got to be consistent. That's why we have the timer, right? Do something you can do, and your brain doesn't think, oh, it's going to take forever. When are we going to stop? And so now we're going to go with more examples. Let's say you want to get better at, or more, right? That's something to like go back on. This is for behavior you want to do more of. Again, more of. If you haven't done it, you got to take time to develop the skill, right? So let's say you want to, again, work out more. You can't work out and be on the couch at the same time. So find ways to make that impossible. The reason why, exactly, when we pump iron, the gym is so effective is because you're at the gym. You can't do anything else. That's the beauty of it. It's a lot easier to exercise at the gym because there's no other option. What are you going to do? Look at the protein aisle the whole 2 hours you're there? It's going to be getting boring pretty quick, right? So that's the beauty. So do the same thing. You need to work out, go to the gym. You need to work out, lock yourself in your room where there's nothing there. Or whichever room there's nothing there, and do your weights. Do your push-ups. Make it incompatible. Say it with me now. Make it incompatible. Make the behavior you don't like incompatible. Let's go a little real now. Let's say you have a hard time communicating with people. How do you make it incompatible? Well, let's put our thinking caps on. Let's say you don't like communicating because you're nervous of what people are going to say to you. And so there's the anxiety of like, what are they going to say? Because, texting gives that fear a lot to a lot of people. Instead of texting for something, call. Because if you don't know, texting can be misunderstood a lot. There's no tone. So one thing you can do is call, right? But let's say that's too extroverted for you or too still anxiety inducing. Give an audio message. People can understand you better when they have your tone of voice. So you want to remove your anxiety when you're communicating to people, find ways to do so like that. Or if you practice on people, if you have good friends, let's say, because sometimes we just have the fear, right? Go with friends you're very comfortable with and talk to them. The more confidence you build with them, the more confidence you'll build with other people. Again, make that behavior that you don't like incompatible. Find its opposite and do the opposite. Again, find something incompatible with it. So now what can we do? Let's say incompatible, right? You want to go get some vitamin D. How can you best do that? Going outside and locking the door. If you need to, just to be a little ridiculous, run a block and make sure you're far away from your house. So going to your house is much harder. Yeah. Cue montage of you running. And you're 2 blocks away. Now you don't want to go back to your house because it's more effort. You just made being lazy bum in your house incompatible. Beautiful, isn't it? That's what you can do. So get creative. Write in the comment section. Add us for any ideas you have or things you want to know about or specific examples you want us to do. And hey, if you want to see us live, at me at the comments and we can put a date, all right? You're an awesome human being. Love you with all the best. Only want you to succeed. And you have an awesome day. Finished.